claims she was raped by soccer superstar Cristiano Ronaldo, wants to be able to tell the world her story. In the suit, the woman claims that she went up to Ronaldo's penthouse suite at the Palms back in 2009 with friends. The woman says when she changed in the bathroom, Ronaldo exposed himself and asked for oral sex. She refused. She says he then raped her. According to the lawsuit, Ronaldo told the woman afterwards he was sorry and that he is, quote, usually a gentleman. Now, the soccer star did settle a lawsuit about this with this woman in 2009 for nearly $400,000, but the woman had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Now, the woman is suing to have that non-disclosure thrown out. She wants to be able to tell her story. In an Instagram post, Ronaldo says, quote, "What they said today, fake news."
Well, the Supreme Court begins a new term today with an empty seat as the FBI's investigation into nominee Brett Kavanaugh continues. The Trump administration is pushing back against reports that the White House laid out narrow ground rules for the FBI's week-long probe. While Democrats demand to know the specifics of the scope, White House officials say they're not micromanaging.
The president very much respects the independence of the FBI and feels, as he said last night, that they should be looking at anything that they think is credible within this limited scope.
In discussing the allegations, Conway herself revealed that she was a victim of sexual assault. She stressed that Kavanaugh's nomination shouldn't be made into a, quote, meeting of the Me Too movement. Kavanaugh categorically denies any sexual misconduct.
6:10 now. Survivors coming together as family. Those who attended the Route 91 Harvest Festival last year are using music, food, and fun to help them heal 1 year later.
And a bank scam you need to know about. A local woman sharing her story, saying it all started with a message she thought was from her bank. Justin.
Heavy rain is falling right now down in parts of northern Mexico. Most of it's streaming into Arizona, but we'll talk about the likelihood that we tap into some of those showers in Las Vegas. Rain is in our forecast over the next 3 days. Looking live outside, Chopper 13, and we're about 25 minutes away from official sunrise. We'll talk about just how likely downpours are here in the valley.
And thank you to the dozens of you who came together to help clean up the 1 October Healing Garden this weekend.
Everyone who was there downtown saying that they were happy to devote their time to come out and work together as a community, proving we are Vegas stronger. You can check out the video of the community effort on our Facebook page, KTNV.com's homepage as well. A day of healing at Centennial Park over the weekend. Survivors of the 1 October shooting came together for the first time to help one another.
People who showed up to enjoy food, music, and fun say it's a heartwarming piece of their healing process.
It's not awkward being around these people. It's straight like, hey, how are you? It's hugs.
Through tragedy, we became a new meaning of family.
More than 3,500 people attended that event. Ticket sales were donated to the families of the 58 victims or designated charities of their choice.
An alert from your bank definitely gets your attention. One Henderson woman can relate after getting warned about a bogus charge to her account.
But as 13 consumer advocate Tricia Keene tells you, it's what she did next that could have made things worse.
From Wells Fargo. Message, unauthorized charge detected.
Barbara Lawson recently received this text message. It just so happens she had just come home from a doctor's appointment where they accidentally double charged her copay.
So I thought it had to do with the charges.
Barbara says she clicked on the link where she was then asked to confirm her identity by filling in her personal information.
But then I realized that something isn't right.
So Barbara decided to call the number on the back of her bank card. That's when she learned she was the target of a phishing scam. Phishing is when thieves send an email or text posing as a trusted contact in order to gain your sensitive information. And it's big business. The FBI says it receives about 284,000 complaints each year involving internet crimes. And last year, Americans lost more than $1.4 billion.
Specific to Nevada in 2017, 4,675 people fell victim. Total losses were $19.6 million. So that's a lot of money.
Phyllis Gergovich is president of the Nevada Bankers Association, representing all banks doing business in the state. She says banks are using strict security standards and the latest technology to protect your information. But none of that matters if you're not vigilant.
Everybody should be asking themselves, what can I do to protect myself against these phishing scams?
Phyllis says if you're contacted by your bank and you didn't initiate that contact, then do exactly what Barbara did. Call the bank yourself to confirm what's going on. Don't be so alarmed that you don't use common sense.
Playing on emotions is one of the tools that a fraudster will use to get a customer to disclose their information. So you just have to let calmer heads prevail.
If you are banking online, be sure to look for this, a security lock. The website should also begin with HTTPS. The S is for secure. And if you receive a message, never click on any links or open any attachments.
Be aware that if you click on a link or visit a website, you could be deploying malware.
As for Barbara, she admits to clicking on the link, but she's glad she decided not to provide any information. And now Barbara is taking time to warn others.
Well, I just don't want anybody to get taken. Just be careful. So if something sounds suspicious.
I'm 13 consumer advocate Trisha Keene.
Oh, we appreciate Barbara